Hello there and welcome. Today on Reddit Warring, we've got a game on Angerville Farms by the looks of things, and it's featuring last episode's co-caster, his 2v2 buddy. It's featuring him. His name's GeneralPatton. He's under the Smurf name Private Johnson 84 here, and he's the American player in the south. So reverse positions. We've got the Wehrmacht in the north, and today the co-caster is Crawler. Hello, Crawler.
Hi guys.
Hi. Yeah, Crawler's well known to the community. Why does the community know you, Crawler?
Well, I've been around on game replays. I've been around on coh2.org. I just recently got a Reddit account, so yeah, I guess people know me from looking around the forums.
So the core message there is that you've been around.
Yeah, I've been around for a while now.
Yeah, I meant like you're a slut, but sure. You've been around, like everyone knows you.
Yeah, that too.
How long have you been playing Company of Heroes for?
I can't say for sure for like a date or anything, but I've been around since probably patch 1.6. Like,
oh wow, so that's 2008,
before,
I believe.
Yeah, something
No,
around
2007.
that.
Sorry, yeah. My knowledge from doing Hall of Fame based stuff, yeah, patch two. That was early 2007. That was. So wow, that's
Yeah,
a long time.
that sounds about right. Yeah, back then I was still doing like just games with friends and like by River Valley and yeah, Artie Spam Wars, Shelt, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, everybody starts the same way, I suppose. Nobody starts with 500 VP fixed positions at all.
Exactly.
And so you've been playing a long time. What level are you in Automatch, if we don't mind me asking?
About like around level 15 now, but like I wouldn't myself a level 15, probably like
you
level
kicked my
14.
Automatch and in basic match a few times as well, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyway, let's get this game started. Who are you following?
I'm following the Wehrmacht player in the north.
All right.
Ploff.
Excellent. I've got Private Johnson. I'll just call him Patton, or the US player to be short. And anyway, let's unpause from the 5-second mark in 3, 2, 1, and play. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So yeah, what do you expect to see if we're going to see like a level 7, level 8 auto-match game on Angerville? What do you expect to see?
I expect to see a lot of mistakes. I expect to see something out of the Wehrmacht player. Like, he's just started to build his pioneers, like, and he's just building his tier 1 at like 30 seconds. He was a bit late to the party here.
Yeah, 25 seconds, I saw that. So with time being the fourth resource, he's already put himself at a disadvantage. Which is
exactly.
So, single engineer, so obviously Patton, a big fan of Dev M. He's trying to no, I'm joking. He's just only building. He's only got one engineer though. So yeah, single built the barracks, rifle straight out. Would you advise that?
It helps you get out the second rifleman very fast, which like you're gonna sacrifice a little bit of early game map presence, like very early game map presence, but like the second rifleman hits very fast, and you can put on a lot of pressure with like 2 rifles very early.
So
especially
it as a
since the tier 1 is so late.
Yeah, true. So that it wouldn't be a disadvantage then. You wouldn't think. It depends how you play it, I suppose.
No, like you're gonna you might run into problems later on, because you have 1 engineer less, which is like 1 potential flamer less, 1 unit that can put down mines less, and you're like, if you go for single engineer tier 1 and a lot of rifles, you're putting yourself in a position where you almost have to go for rifle upgrades. But we're gonna see how this pans out.
Yeah, definitely. So a Jeep coming out straight away. So rifle, Jeep. Jeep could be pretty good at harassing here, I suppose.
Yeah, but the Wehrmacht player went for MG first and sent it straight to the house that the Americans cut off.
Yeah, exactly. So he wants that right side of the map. And it's interesting, the right side from the north position is a little bit more favourable because it's not as easy to cut off, is it?
Yes, exactly. Like the cutoff is very far back, but it's also a very long way to get to the resources that you want from your base.
Yeah, that's
so. Yeah, it's both a pro and a con to go right hand side.
And this Jeep's going to run into trouble now. I mean, he can see the MG straight away in that house, and he's not going to be able to do anything about it. He's just going to... He's pretty impotent.
Ready for the crowd.
So yeah, first engagement there, rifles versus Pyos. Not much to say about it. The Jeep can't really do much.
Not a whole lot. Yeah, and those pioneers, like they were capping for a long time before they decided, no, I'm not going to cap.
Yeah.
While I'm being shot at rifles.
Unless it's you know, a dire situation and you really need to cap a plus 16 fuel, or you know, a VP in a high pressure game, you never cap under pressure.
Exactly.
It's just not what you do.
Exactly, just like here, there's no reason for him to stay there. He's never going to cap that fuel, and his pioneers, either they're going to die or he's going to take a lot of health damage, and he's going to put himself in a bad position for later on.
Yeah, first thing.
So yeah.
The more you play the game, the more you get used to having to. Okay, I realize I'm not going to have to be able to cap this, so I'll soft retreat, and that puts you in a better position, like in 20 seconds' time, to do something reactive to the situation.
Exactly. And since like the MG has entered the house, it hasn't done anything. Like he holds the cutoff, but he didn't get any of the fuel. So I guess he never really accomplished what he wanted to do.
One good thing I have to point out about Patton's play here is he used range to his advantage there. He realised on the engagement to the left near the fuel that he was not going to win that, because yellow cover Volks versus yellow cover rifles with a medium distance, the Volks will win. But on the green cover engagement to the right, he was short range, so he knew he'd win that. So he soft retreated on the left and he kept in on the right. That's a good play.
Exactly, I saw that too. And here he just has superior numbers, so there's no way that the Wehrmacht player can win this engagement, but he can actually, and he did decap the fuel, and now he should actually get out with the Volks and the other Pioneer too. But he's trying to focus down the Jeep, and actually he might be able to get it.
That's one good thing Wehrmacht's done, and the American didn't do, because the American could have killed that Pio if he'd focus fired, and he didn't. Nice ball.
Yeah, nice fire.
It's always good to pop bars in the middle of an engagement. If you can time that, you can win that engagement, and it's pretty good.
It would have been even better. It would have been even better if like bars popped a bit earlier, because this was right at the end of the engagement. But yeah, I guess
how would you accomplish that in a game though, Cr4wler? How would you time it? Is there anything you can do to make sure that when you arrive, your grenades finish or your bars pop? Is there anything like you can help beginning players do that?
Yeah, it's hard for beginner players because they usually want to rush in as soon as they're ready, like as soon as their units are ready. But you just have to put your units in a good position where they're like far back. Maybe the enemy doesn't even see them. And you just wait until you think, okay, like it's gonna take maybe like 10-20 seconds more for the bars to pop, and then you just like send in your riflemen from all directions, and as soon as they're at the point where they should be, they're like the bars pop and you're gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah, definitely. It's all for me. It's all about getting them in pockets around the map, and having a drawing point in the center of those pockets. So on Semwar, for example, I send a rifle left, a rifle right, and one rifle a little bit forward, and then I bring them to where the Wehrmacht position is. That's how the dynamic of the game really works. It's the Wehrmacht has a prepared position and the American has to attack it.
We're losing ground out there.
Yeah, exactly. And what's interesting is like the Wehrmacht player just put down his tier 2. Like he already got his tier 2 after an MG and two Volksgrenadiers, and he got a sniper afterwards. And now he has like Volks, MG, and sniper, and his tier 2 just finished. But he could get a grenadier or a pack, but
I'm impressed with the build orders of these two players. Level 7, oh god, Volks grenadiers down, nice.
yeah, there was no way he was gonna save them.
No. And with Volks Grenadiers, they can take a beating, but when their health is low per man, like they have more health per man than a rifleman, but when they're low on health, you really need to watch out because they can drop like flies very quickly.
Exactly, and since it's only a 5-man squad, like every loss will impact your fighting ability, like your fighting power, a whole lot more than with the rifleman.
Definitely. So it's always good to be popping field packs or getting Vet 1, which gives obviously healing.
Exactly. And the sniper has like 0 kills because he never actually fired.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Why is he being so cautious with him?
I think he's afraid of the Jeep, exactly. But I think he should have thought of that like earlier, before he got the sniper. Like the Jeep was, I think, the 2nd unit from the American player.
Yeah, I think this player is very logical. He built a pack in answer to the Jeep, so he could use his sniper. So he's a very cautious, very logical player that needs to have every piece in place before he moves.
Yeah, but like a pack for countering a Jeep, I don't really like that. It's okay. So, like, he is afraid of an M8 maybe, or any sort of armor too.
Oh,
so
definitely.
getting the pack
always
out
good to get,
is
but,
never bad. Yeah.
I was just commenting on how that player's probably thinking, because around level 7, 8, I can remember how I thought, you know, I need to have a minesweeper before I can do any flanking around the map, because there may be a mine, and I lost, 2 minutes a game because of that.
Yeah.
It's not being aggressive enough because you're too cautious, and it's good, intelligent play, but it can hurt you in the long run.
Front shifting. Crowds are
you do need to have a little bit of balls sometimes and just go for it.
Like, for example, if you look at his pack, he has it cloaked, and it's just like at his base entrance, and it's moving around cloaked. So, like, wherever he wants to put the pack, it's not going to be there anytime soon.
Yes. Also, on the similar points for the opposing player, the Americans completely ignored the MG and the strong house. He could have tackled that with bar fire. He could have gone up to the yellow box covered outside it and perhaps, attacked it. But he hasn't. He's just ignored it.
One of our forward in place.
Exactly. As soon as you have a few rifles, even without bars, and maybe you get a flamer, you just have to like move into the house, maybe from the street where the hedge is, and you're going to be very close to the house very soon. And you just move in a flamer, and it's like kills the MG instantly.
We have a secured sector under.
If you notice on the left at the moment, the Wehr player just gambled with his pyos. He was invested in taking out the observation post, so he wouldn't budge from taking it out.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is not to be disparaging, but that is noobish play. When you don't know when you're beaten, and you think, oh god, I've got to stay in this engagement, I really need to stay in, and then you end up losing. A nice M8 mine, by the way, just to the north tip of that strong house with the MG in it.
Yeah,
so watch out for
the M8 is flushing the MG out of the house now.
And if it retreats, it's going to hit the mine, so that's pretty clever play.
Enemy.
Oh no, I take it back, it was an upgrade. The white ball was for an upgrade, I take it back. It wasn't a mine. Oh, the sniper's finally doing some damage. Take the flamer.
Yeah, and the Jeep already is on top of the sniper.
You could follow it, but the pack is probably waiting. Yeah, you see the pack. It's opened up. There we go.
Ah, Jeep went down.
Surprised the
but
didn't
luckily
lose
for the
Volks.
Yeah, he was a bit lucky losing neither of the Volks, but they were both down to 1 man. He's going to have to spend a lot of manpower reinforcing them, but to be honest, like, manpower is the least of his problems at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. What's his resource income mean like?
He has plus 25 ammo and plus 10 fuel, which is okay for the situation he's in. Like, he has enough resources anyway, banked. Like, he's been hoarding resources, and he's gonna, since he's being triple capped on VPs right now, he's gonna have to worry about VPs and the M8, like the 2 M8s wreaking havoc on his units.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was wondering why it didn't have armored skirts, and then it was the second M8. Wow. Okay. He's gonna have to get armor skirts pronto. You need to get that as soon as the M8 hits the field. as proven in the first episode of the second episode of the series.
Yes, exactly, because an M8 without armored skirts is a one-shot for a pack. So
Hold the initiative.
if the Wehrmacht player had another pack on the left-hand side, that M8 would have been insta-gibbed by the pack.
And it's not uncommon for a player to go 2 packs, is it? You know, it is something you'd see, especially on a map like Angerville when your forces are split in 2 halves.
Losing ground out there.
Exactly.
A mine also can take out a pack in, an M8 in one go if it's got no skirts.
Supply lines are
I mean,
broken.
it doesn't happen every time, but at least has a destroyed engine half the time.
Yes, and even small arms fire can take out an M8, so...
Oh, I'm thinking Alpha Faust. If this was a little bit higher play, that M8 would have died. There's no way that the... Yeah, he should have triple Fausted him. That would have been pretty horrible to see. I mean, it is the
Yeah,
scared
he
M8.
only had enough ammo for 2 Fausts,
Okay.
and now he has armored skirts too. But he's moving over the pack, and he got a Stormtrooper, and has already 1 Shrek on it.
Oh, not bad. That's where the munitions are getting spent. Okay.
Exactly. And with 1 pack and 1 Shrek and
The
the
cheap
potential... Yeah. Oh, he got another Stormtrooper, and he's upgrading that one with the Shrek too. So yeah, he's gonna have 2 Shreks soon, 1 pack. He has 3 Vokes. He rebuilt the one he lost and got another, like he got a 3rd one too. So there's a lot of potential for Faust, and he has 2 Shreks, so he should be fine with AT right now.
Oh, you don't want Stormtroopers against bars like that.
Especially since they're all cloaked, moving around very slow.
Yeah, it's an easy... Yeah, look at the vet that just popped. It's both vet one now.
Yeah, it's I think 5 XP for every storm that gets killed.
Oh wow. And they're so difficult to reinforce. They don't cost much, but they take very little time to reinforce.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not bad play from either player so far. They obviously have a good understanding of the game, obviously, but they're not quite, you know, polished enough to, you know, get into double-digit figures on Ultimatch yet.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised too. Like, the Wehrmacht player never really got a high fuel point, but you don't really need it, especially since he seems to be content staying at tier 2 for the time being.
Oh. That M8, oh, down. He should have retreated a long time ago.
Exactly, he just stayed in there for way too long. He had a sniper, like those 3 Vokes, the Shrek, all those firing at once. Nah, there was no reason to stay in there.
What do you think about the Wehrmacht trying to take the left side of the map now? Would you advise that in Automatch?
Well,
Losing ground out there.
it was metagame, like, it used to be, the metagame used to be that Wehrmacht always goes left-hand side.
Oh, yeah,
And
definitely.
in the later game, exactly, and later on, it would switch over, try to get a second VP, because the US player usually was content staying on the right-hand side and went for 2 VPs, and, like, it was the Wehrmacht's time to push at some point in the game. So, I have no problem with going left-hand side, although I think it's stronger Wehrmacht play to go right-hand side.
It is definitely. It's called the Malum strategies in the south, where you bobbed wire this point and take the, you know, keep the cut off.
Exactly.
The Stormtrooper's doing a bit of damage now. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he
on
just
the
called
field.
in, yeah, exactly. The stew.
So he's lost.
Supply line is broken. We have territory out of supply.
Look how much veterancy those Stormtroopers have given. He's got vet on his M8 and his rifles
Supply
all
lines
from
are broken.
Stormtroopers.
We have territory cut off.
Just-
Yeah, you gotta be careful with those high-value units that give a lot of XP. You gotta try to keep them alive. And I would like to see some veterancy too, like especially Vet 1, maybe even Vet 2.
He doesn't even have a camcraft center, does he?
Nope.
From
But
the
he did
motor
manage.
pool, we're now seeing an AT gun. Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a very good paper, scissors, stone kind of, I'll build this because you've got that. I like that.
He did manage to cap almost the entire left-hand side, though, so he finally managed to get the high fuel.
Yes, he's had hardly any fuel.
But he also spent hardly any fuel. He went blitzkrieg, so he has the stormtroopers and the stew.
Yes, Blitzkrieg's excellent because you don't need, for your heavy armor, your stews, and your eventually Tiger, you don't actually need fuel, do you? But he should be spending that fuel on veterans. I know we're not, the Wehrmacht player isn't the player we're actually meant to be giving tips to, but Kampfkraft Center, pretty, you know, it's when you've got your Kriegs barracks up, you need your Kampfkraft Center around that time.
Exactly. I also found it to be a bit weird that he called in the stormtroopers instead of building regular grenadiers.
Yes,
but I guess he just likes the cloaking ability of the stormtrooper.
Yes. Some players haven't read the stats and they don't see the disadvantages of having the like stormtroopers. They just think they sound cool, like they're off Star Wars or something.
Victory point.
Exactly. Oh, and the rifles, they shouldn't have stayed there.
No, they were accomplishing nothing.
Supply lines are broken.
I mean,
they did 0 damage
Cut off
and went down to 1 man.
yeah, it
Just a lot of lost manpower.
Sniper out for the Americans, so no good answer, counter sniper. He has built the WSC at about the right time, I'd say. Well, would you advise
yes.
building it slightly quicker? Would you build one as soon as you see a sniper?
Not exactly, because if you don't, like, he went for a motor pool first, and it was okay to get out 1, maybe even 2 M8s. But if you go for tier 2 too fast, and the Wehrmacht player goes straight to tier 3, then you might end up having a big problem.
Ah, you understand.
Fighting
yeah.
Pumas with no anti-tank at all, maybe just mines and stickies.
So you've got to cover
Fuel
yourself.
point is
But
being
then
taken
again,
by the
that's
enemy.
the virtue of reconnaissance. You could have used that early Jeep to probe the Wehrmacht base to see what he was building, seeing if it was to tier 2 yet. I mean, the sniper was out very quickly. He could have been looking. Not that many players do that at all. I mean, I never do.
Yeah, and the M8 wreaking havoc on the left-hand side.
That was
He
ridiculous.
just killed. Yeah, he just killed a Vogue squad and decrewed the AT gun.
That was ridiculous.
And the Stew's in a bit of a situation here.
Friendly fire from the mortar there.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Yeah, I got an engine damage.
Oh, not friendly fire from the Wehrmacht. Vet 2 for. Oh, Jesus Christ! The Wehrmacht doesn't seem to want to retreat from that, mate. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Supply lines are broken.
And the sniper
We
opening
have
up,
territory out
on
of
the
supply.
stormtroopers on the right there, instantly retreating.
Yeah, he kept on capping even after the sniper like fired for the first time, which you also shouldn't do.
Okay, so
Oh, and Blitz Knights popped on the AT gun. Oh, and he moved the stormtrooper. Oh, no, he didn't. I thought he moved the stormtroopers because if you issue Blitz Knights, and as soon as you give them another order, like they will stop throwing the Blitz Knights.
oh, okay, so that's the dynamic of Blitznades. As somebody that doesn't ever plays Wehrmacht, I always wondered that.
Yes, sometimes you see stuff like that happen. Like you see someone pops Blitz Nades and then just aborts them. But with Blitz Nades, unlike with other nades, as soon as you select the ability and select a target, the 50 munitions will be gone, no matter what happens. Even if no grenade will be thrown at all, you'll be out of the munition anyway.
I've seen one thing that really makes me unhappy. The Vet 2 rifles have 2/3 out health just exiting the base. I don't like that. And look how quickly they lost a man. They lost a man instantly.
Yes, but in that situation,
Yeah.
like they just overpowered everything that was there, so
Oh yeah.
it didn't really matter.
No, I suppose not.
But it's still nice to see like how far the map control shifted after like the stormtroopers and the stew, and after basically what was that left-hand side engagement at the cutoff, where the American player lost his M8, lost the half track.
Yeah, definitely. It's not had a bad ebb and flow to the game so far. I've quite liked it. It's been it's been quite cozy. Just going forwards and backwards, the tides of war.
Yes, sir.
I like what I see on the right, by the way. You've got the Rangers with the Thompson upgrades. You keep protecting the sniper, so if anything gets too close to the sniper, they can protect him. I like that.
Yeah, you should always try to have infantry between your sniper and the enemy forces. So, like, nothing can rush your sniper.
Yeah, it's excellent combined arms play. Oh, grenades from the Rangers, nice there. You know, he's trying to take out the MG with the
One shot.
sniper, not giving time for the MG to lock onto the Rangers. Not bad at all.
Yeah, but he popped fire up before he like walked around the house, which was kind of weird because he could have just thrown the grenade in without popping fire up.
Yeah, I suppose not. Maybe he was just pretending he was Rambo and just really wanted to run into it.
Yeah. Vet 2 M8 takes out the stew that had been low health for ages now.
That M8 has been an absolute beast. Probably learned from the deaths in the previous M8. Now we're going to learn a tough lesson about blitz grenades.
Yes, this time it worked.
They can be so powerful, and in fact I think they're highly underrated. The amount of health that they just, especially considering the American doesn't have a triage center, they're going to be extremely useful.
Yeah, actually they used to do even more health damage.
Really? I couldn't imagine them doing more.
I think so. Like, it used to be, like, I can't remember exactly, but I think it was like you threw a few of those blitznades and basically the squad was at pretty much no health at all.
We must have missed the counter snipe, by the way. Did you see that at any point? Because I certainly didn't.
No, but now.
No, we saw one.
Just now.
Oh god.
Yeah, and that's another reason why you just, like, you always have infantry around your sniper, and it shouldn't be that far into enemy territory.
I know, that's why I assumed the Wehrmacht didn't have a sniper, because I couldn't, in my mind, understand why the American sniper was so far forward. I assumed, oh god, we must have missed the Wehrmacht sniper dying. But no, he was just so far forward with it. I don't know what happened there. Maybe a misclick, maybe he forgot about it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he probably forgot about it when he moved in the Rangers from the right-hand side.
Yeah, definitely, I think he forgot about it.
It just kept on sniping.
Oh, those... I don't... Yes, they're dead now, but you should retreat the Flamers. Flamers are such a good unit, you don't want to lose them anyway.
It was just that one dude. There was only one dude left, and he rushed it into the blob.
Yeah, especially against factions like PE, you can't lose your Flamer engineers. You can't be thinking internally, oh well, they've killed two dudes, they've paid for themselves. You don't think that. You need to keep them alive, because throughout the game, every stage of the game, they're very useful. And they cost a lot because of the 50 munitions spent.
Exactly. They're pretty expensive, munitions-wise, and they can do a whole lot of damage, especially if the enemy blobs.
Yeah, they can be so useful. They're the only thing that can take on Wehrmacht veterancy, other than snipers, in the late game. And if you get vet on them, it's so good.
Oh, double Shrek Storm sneaking up on the Vet 2 M8 on the right-hand side.
I like it. Oh, yes, they didn't deserve that miss.
Yeah, I think the M8 just started moving right before they shot.
Yeah, and that goes, and that's the simulation, the random number generates aspects of the heroes. As soon as it starts moving, the odds move a lot less.
Yeah, the accuracy just gets lower.
This guy should retreat the stormtroopers a long time ago.
Exactly. Those storms, especially since they have two Shreks, they have like no anti-infantry abilities at all.
Yep.
And like they're getting shot at by the M8. They're getting shot at by Thompson Rangers, and they even got a grenade in the face, so there was no reason to stay there any longer.
I'm not liking the activity of his rifles on the left there. I'm wondering if the replay is broken, because he had them idle for about half a minute there, and that's never good to see.
Yeah, he has a lot of infantry on the left-hand side, and he's only just moving out right now.
Yeah, it's not good to see that. I mean, their choices and their logic has been sound. I can't fault them. It's just the micro and the ability to keep moving. You can't teach that there. You have to just play.
Yes, certainly.
The Wehrmacht's unit preservation, just as the Americans lose an M8.
Yeah.
I was about to comment. Well, I think both of their unit preservation could be a lot better.
I was wondering why the Wehrmacht play. He could have double Fausted it, like the 2M8 instantly, but he elected not to do that. But now that those three Shrek'd up stormtroopers came there and just insta-gipped it, I can see why he didn't. He's probably trying to save the munitions for more blitz nights.
Yeah, definitely. He seems to be making an entirely Wehrmacht-based force. I'm trying to. I think I've had this guy in auto match myself. I'm just going to say that now. I remember him building lots of stormtroopers against me. I think it's something that you should probably stay clear of in the future. Just look at the veterancy on the rifles. Double better for each one.
Yeah, and like if the American player manages to like keep his units together more than he did before, and especially have his rifles in the right place, because that's like the biggest thing that I would like to like criticize about the US play here, is he tried to have units everywhere, but he never really had them where he needed them, or just in very few occasions.
Yeah, I fully agree. You can tell what's happening in this game at this point. They're getting fatigued. And to players like yourself, Cr4wler, who've played this game to death, you may not remember, but when you're at this kind of level and you're not been playing that long, it's easy to kind of forget what you know and to resort to, like, you know, blobbing basically.
Exactly, especially if it's a tense game and you're behind, you tend to make even more mistakes than you normally would.
Yeah, but you'd never want to see blobbing like we're seeing right now. You want to try and steer clear from that as much as possible.
4 barrels ready.
There's certain situations where blobbing can be a good thing, but yes, generally you don't want to have a blob like that and just like move from left-hand side to right-hand side over and over again.
Definitely. The Vet 2 riflemen with 17 kills going south right now, they have less than half health with a 6-man squad. That is just so inefficient, it's unreal. It makes me a little bit sad inside. I don't, because then they could be so effective, but you know.
Ready for the crowd.
Yes, exactly. I don't know how much manpower he has, but yeah, he definitely needs the triage for those rifles.
We've got a microcosm of Operation Barbarossa in the north. 1.5 million men are currently moving in. Let me count.
Exactly, moving to the east.
Yeah, 2 Volks, 4 Stormtroopers, 1 Pyro, all in unison. Oh my god.
Well, at least he retreated the Rangers pretty fast.
Yes,
Germans
I
are
would.
seizing territory.
I think he's going to have to order some, you know, new commission Ranger pants for the Rangers there. But no,
I like how the Wehrmacht guy captures the strat point with 6 of his units.
It's like Call of Duty domination. He's capping a lot faster now.
Exactly.
It's like, you know, Battlefield. Oh god. Oh god. This game just evolved. You've seen the evolution.
Well, now we could use some blitz nades or some bundled nades.
Now we can use, you know, not spamming stormtroopers, but it's a little bit too late for that. Oh god. So.
And the Wehrmacht sniper has been like AFK on the right-hand side for pretty while now.
So this is the game of 2 halves. In the first half, we saw standard Company of Heroes play. They were trying their best, and we could tell them what they were doing wrong. Now we see blob warfare, and it's just a lollicost. It's just, not to be disrespectful, but yeah, it's just going to be ridiculous.
Yes. And by the way, I forgot to note, like, the Wehrmacht player is now just taking Vet 2 for infantry, and he got Vet 1 eventually at some point in time. I completely forgot to note that.
Yeah, but as I say, we're just going to watch and see what happens. Who's your money on at this point?
With map control the way it is, and the Wehrmacht player soon to be triple capped, I'd have to give the advantage to the US player. But also, we're soon to see 4 double-shreked stormtroopers, so I don't know if the Sherman's going to be any kind of threat.
That's true. And he's also using a mortar in his blob. A mortar little known for its offensive capabilities, just rushing head on into infantry, but there you go.
Yes.
Oh no, the mortar was just groups in the thing. I'll take that back, But yeah, let's see what kills we've got. The stormtroopers look to be massively inefficient. In 3 squads,
They're going after a fuel
they have
point.
a
One of
combined
ours.
4 infantry squad. 4 infantry kills. That's not counting the squad that has all the kills.
Yes.
That's
He has
pretty
2 squads that have 1 kill each.
Oh,
His sniper just
yes, I saw it.
died on the right-hand side because it was
Oh,
Island.
oh my god, can you hear that on the left? Can you hear it on the
yes.
left? I don't think the Wehrmacht's heard it yet. Oh, he surely should have seen it. There's giant shells coming all around you.
Yeah. And his stormtroopers are also moving around cloaked, so they're even slower than they would be normally.
This is so... This 5th shell has got to hit. There's one more shell to come.
Our forces are taking casualties.
Oh, the Sherman went down.
Surprising.
The enemy is down to 1
He didn't lose a single squad, if I saw it correctly, and he did manage to take out the half-track.
Oh, was it the half track? Okay. I didn't have that on screen, so I assumed it... No, the Sherman was fine, yeah.
Yeah, the Sherman's sitting down there, and it's fine, and it's a half-track wreck.
Oh, well.
Over near the strap line.
So you can see why he was letting his men die to artillery. He wanted to kill the half track.
Yeah, but I was very surprised. Probably, like, the artillery aimed too high and completely missed the blob.
Yeah, that was a terrible spray.
That could have been devastating.
Like, it got 3 kills and 6 shells, and it was grouped infantry. Yeah, that was really unlucky artillery.
Yeah, the 3 kills it got were all the Vogues that were just sitting still and capping the VP. And the Wehrmacht player is also getting desperate now.
Yeah, really desperate.
Like, or he has to be desperate now too, because he's being triple capped and he has like less than 70 VPs left.
What the Wehrmacht's done to itself at this point is put itself in a manpower sink and a time sink as well, because everything it does is when it has to reinforce and then it's not to the Wehrmacht's strength. Wehrmacht's about positional play, not stupid amounts of infantry.
Ouch! He just managed to finish capping the VP, and then like 3 guys died to an artillery shell to the face, and even dropped a Shrek.
Yeah, I see
And funny
that.
thing is, he can't pick up the Shrek because he has no squads that would be able to pick it up.
Is that true? Are you not even a
He has
stormtroopers
4 double Shrek stormtroopers, and 1 Volksgrenadier squad with MP40s that couldn't pick it up either.
And the Tiger's impotent.
Yeah,
What's it gonna do?
Tiger just got called in.
Confirmed.
What's it gonna do though, the Tiger?
Battle is up.
You know?
Well, a Tiger would be great at defending a VP, but since he needs to cap a VP just to stay in game, he's probably going to have a hard time.
4 barrels, ready.
But since the American player has no real hard counter to the Tiger, all he can do is like stall with the range of the Sherman and the AT gun, and hope for the Wehrmacht player to just like have it sit there all the time and take the shots.
I realise what why the replay was called half track for the win now. He's reinforcing from the half track continuously.
Yes, but that pretty much also was why he like had so many low health squads, because like they never went back to the base. Of course, there was no triage there, but like even if he had one, since he kept all his squads on the field, like they wouldn't have been healed anyway.
This is true. I think the Americans are going to wait for an off-map combat group as well now.
Yeah, and if you look at how the Wehrmacht player is playing right now, the Tiger's just sitting in the back, not doing anything, not being aggressive, and he needs to be aggressive. He needs to at least like send something over to the left-hand side and try to cap the VP to like not make him lose the game on VPs.
Yeah, definitely. Let's start wrapping up now, because it's a foregone conclusion what's going to happen now. There's 26 VPs.
Exactly.
So what tips do we have for our American player?
I guess like the half track wasn't that bad of an idea, but he lost a whole lot of map control when he lost his M8 and the half track, like his first half track, on the left hand side near the cutoff when he didn't retreat in time.
Yeah, definitely.
Like there was so many units that like he just got raped there. And after that he lost a lot of map control, and he stayed passive too. Like he seemed afraid to push back out. And
I just want to reiterate the triage center as a massive plus for any American player. I don't know, I think on the highest levels a triage is built nearly in every single game, from what I can see based on tournament, shoutcasts and what have you.
sure.
It's rare that you don't see it, and if you don't see it, it's got to be for a reason. because it's for 200 manpower, and how many fuel does it cost? Is it 50?
No, I think it's 20.
Oh, it's a lot less. Yeah, sure, it's 20 fuel. So you're not spending much. Yes, you're right. You are right. It's 20 fuel, 200 manpower. Very cheap. And for that 200 manpower, you're not going to have 200 manpower worth of men die now during the course of the game, which means you have more staying power. You can win engagements. You don't have to retreat because your men are dropping like flies because you're fielding them like Black Knight from Monty Python's The Holy Grail, with one leg.
Exactly.
I'll bite your legs off kind of thing. You've got fresh riflemen, with bandages on their faces. They're magically better now. So that's my main tip. I really just want to point that out. If anything you take away from this game is build a triage in every game.
Yeah, that really hurt seeing those two vetted rifles on the left-hand side that were both like below half health but had 6 men still in the squad. That really hurt. And they're gonna, like you said, they're gonna die like flies, especially to like small arms fire very, very, very fast.
Extremely fast. And what tips for the Wehrmacht player? I know we didn't. There might be a few Wehrmacht players watching this. So what would we say for him?
It's really hard to say. Like, he was concentrating so much on getting stormtroopers, and he went blitz and he did use his doctrinal abilities very well. Like, he used blitz nades, he called in the stormtroopers, he did call in the stew, he did call in the tiger, but he was sloppy with his units, like how he used them. He lost the stew. It was super low health, and it just like stood on the field, and he should have retreated farther back. He should have repaired it earlier. Then with the stormtroopers, he didn't get vet for his infantry. He lost a lot of dudes on his stormtroopers in engagements that he shouldn't have been fighting in the first place. He was giving away so much veterancy for the rifles, and I think that was a big part of him like not really having a chance to come back in this game.
Definitely. What I'd recommend for the Wehrmacht player is, okay, it seems he's got a reasonably good understanding of how to start a Company of Heroes game, but there's a lot of hidden mechanics in the game that you need to know about, because if you don't know them, you're putting yourself at a big disadvantage. Stormtroopers, if you were to go on, co-wiki or co-stats.net, even though the stats are a little bit out of date, it still points it out. Stormtroopers, massive reinforced time, they cost a lot of manpower, and they're not entirely efficient. Grenadiers, however, are very efficient.
Yes, Grenadiers are very efficient, and also, if I remember correctly, a kill on a Stormtrooper squad gives 5 XP to the rifles, and a kill on the Panzer Grenadier squad just gives 4 XP. It's because of the lower cost of the unit, so it gives less XP. And you might think, yeah, well, it's just 1 XP, but it adds up over time, especially if you get the supplier upgrades. So it's going to be a lot of a difference for the veterancy on the rifles.
Yeah, I've just brought the Stormtrooper. Oh god, that was a crazy noise I just made. Sorry, Windows 8 is making all kinds of crazy noises. Don't buy it. I've just brought the Stormtroopers up on co-stats.net, which was at one time probably the best Company of Heroes resource online. And it just goes to show you here, we've got upkeep quite high for Wehrmacht troops especially. We got a 340 cost, that's a little bit higher, but the main stat I want you to take care of here, as I think it's reinforce time is a lot higher for each individual unit, and time is the 4th resource in Company of Heroes. You want to field your troops a lot higher, and you can see the Wehrmacht give away his position every time he had to reinforce his blob. It took him a long time to get back on the field, and the American just ate the map up.
Exactly. You could see his blob camping around his tier 1, just waiting to get reinforced because it took so long to get reinforced, and all the while the American was capping back the whole map.
Definitely.
And he was losing VPs.
And I am going to wrap this episode up now. I'm thanking you, Crawl. I think that was probably the most educational episode so far by far, I think.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, and let me just do the little bit of housekeeping here. Please submit your replays. We want to see them. It doesn't matter what level you are, if you're a level 2 or you're a level 16. I will get somebody from the community that can help you play and have a look at it. We may laugh at how bad it is if it is bad, but don't worry about that. Everybody's, been there, made faults, and, had funny games where they blob their infantry into an M8 mine or something stupid. So yeah, please submit it. Also, if you want to cast, by all means, via the same email you'll find in the description. Cast it. If you want to cast, contact me, add me on Steam, and as soon as you're available and I'm available to do one, I'll just randomly message you. Or Crawl, you might message me, in fact, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And then I saw he was online tonight, and within about 15 minutes we were casting. So yeah, but just check those links out in the description.